Hey guys, welcome back. It's Garden Angel or Guardian Angel, whichever you prefer. Back with some Rainswept. Right. Yes, detective? Nothing. Nothing. Okay. Fiction or non-fiction? Oh, fiction or non-fiction? Fiction. Fiction. Me too! Actually, let's go inside. Aw, can't. 4 p.m. Oh look! Glowing numbers and letters. Are you alright, detective? Very funny. Cherry pie. You should come here for breakfast someday. The owner, Mark, is a really great guy. He's a pretty great guy. You mean me? Sure, Mark, yeah. That must be Mark. I sure am. Hey, detective. Have a seat. Do you want some coffee? Do you want some tea? Coffee? My cafe is extremely warm and cozy and warm. No, that's alright. I'm over here if you want a pint. Keep your unhealthy habits to yourself, Alan. Too much coffee is unhealthy too. That's true. Also, if you haven't noticed, he's already smoking a cigarette. Ignore him, he just likes to annoy me. And yet, I let it get to me. Who is that? That's Alan, the owner of the bar next door, and my brother. Twin brother. Not that you'd know by the way we lead our lives. I don't know how we ended up as polar opposites. I know, I got all the good stuff. Shoot, go away. How long has it been since you moved to Pineview, Mark? I was born here. My family lived here for many years before that. We left for the city when I was about 10. My dad was looking for better work. I returned as soon as I graduated, about 9 years back. I prefer the life here. Big cities just aren't for me. Now it's just me, my books, and my coffee shop. Life is simple, and I love it. Did Alan also come with you at the same time? No, Alan, he only joined me here 5 years back. He had a bit of trouble in his old life and wanted a fresh start. Maybe he can tell you more about that. Do you live alone? Do you live by yourself, Mark? No, I'm married. Have been for about 6 years now. Met my wife in my own cafe, actually. Aw, it's a cute story. We were very happy for you, Mark. Does Alan also live with you? No, but he lives close by. Was he in last night? Yes, I think so. I didn't check or meet him, though. About Chris and Diane. What can you tell me about them? Is there anything else that you can tell me about them? Anything that stands out? Well, I kind of identified with Chris in a way. It sounded like he moved here for the peace of mind and this place provides, and start a small business for himself. What business? He'd been trying to get a hotel project off the ground here, from what I hear. He had trouble getting the project approved. Maybe Father Smith can tell us more about it. He's involved in the planning committee. Did you see them often? No, barely. A handful of times, maybe. They came into the cafe a few times, but that was in the early days when they first moved in. They wouldn't say much to me or anyone else here, and mostly kept to themselves. Or I could say they didn't have eyes for anyone else. To put it bluntly, they looked very much in love. Where were you last night? Can you tell me where you were last night? Sure. As always, I closed my place by 8 p.m. I bought some supplies from the general store down the street and then went home. I assume the storekeeper will remember that? Yes, Mrs. Brown was in last night at the time. She should be able to confirm what I just said. And Alan, could he confirm this? He didn't come to work yesterday. Took a day off. Said he was feeling unwell, so he stayed at home all day. Looks like that's past, luckily. He looks fine today. Anyway, I went back home after that, changed, and went for a jog as usual. Came back, took a nice, long, warm bath, made myself a cup of coffee, and had my dinner. Then read a book for an hour or so, and was probably asleep by 10:30 p.m. A pleasant, ordinary evening. Notice anything unusual the past few days? Anything out of ordinary? No, can't say I have. Everything's been pretty much the same as usual. Alright, Mark. We'll talk later. See you around, detective. What's up, detective? Hi, Alan. Officer Blunt. Tell me about yourself. Can you tell me about yourself, Alan? How long you've been here? That sort of thing? Sure, if you've talked to my brother Mark already, you probably know I moved here 5 years ago. My wife left me and I wanted to get away from it all. Thought I'd come in here again after all these years and give this place another shot. Turns out it's just as bloody boring as it was when I was 10. But hey, it got me out of a place I'd begun to hate even more. So it's an improvement, you know? And you get used to the pace eventually. Mark did me a big favor, giving me half of his cafe to start business in. Guess he's not too pleased with the business I chose to run, though. He's a good guy. Where were you last night? Alan, where would you say you were last night? As I'm sure Mark must have told you already, I was at home. I wasn't feeling well, so I stayed home instead. Is there anyone that can confirm this? Apart from Mark? I don't know. Since I didn't leave home, no one saw me, you know? Did you know Chris and Diane? No, not at all. I'm the kind of person who minds his own business. I don't go interfering with people's affairs and their lives. What do you mean? I just don't go wasting my time getting to know people if there's no need for it. To me, it looked like they preferred to mind their own business as well. So, no, I didn't know them at all. We'll talk later. Okay, Mr. Allen, we'll talk later if the need arises. Okay. That's Grandpa, owner of Grandpa's Bakery. Is he your grandfather? Oh, no, he isn't. Is his name Grandpa then? I don't really know, actually. Okay, then. Hello, Grandpa? I'm not your grandpa! And your name is? Grandpa! Mr. Grandpa, I was wondering if I could ask you a few questions. And I was wondering if I could ask Miss Brown here, they're out on the date. What wondering isn't doing, is it? Just look at her. Woo, boy! Makes me feel 40 years younger, she does. Do you ever plan to grow up, Grandpa? Any more growing up and might just die. And I ain't planning on doing that before I ask you out. Goodness. Unbelievable behavior, such immaturity at this age. She likes me. I know she does. You're deluded. Woohoo! That's funny. Anyway, you had questions, young man? I thought I did. How long have you lived in Pineview? Forever! My family's been here for generations. Guess I'm the last in the line now. My shop's been here for generations too, you know. I think I've taken real good care of it. Oh, and she's taking real good care of me too. Where were you last night? Around 12 a.m. Where do you think I was? Sleeping? Are you asleep? That's right! What else do you expect an old man to do at that time of night? Can anyone confirm this? No, no one can. I live alone. About Chris and Diane. What can you tell me about Chris and Diane? When they first moved in, Chris would often come in the evening and buy some things for me. He'd come in daily almost. Looked pretty cheerful too. Then a couple months after that, he just stopped coming. The last few times he came, I could see that something wasn't right. Maybe trouble with the missus. I don't know. He and Diane went to church maybe a handful of times. Once or twice they came over here after for coffee or donuts. Yum. They were quite a couple, I tell you. He was the quiet and nonchalant one. She an exciting and electrifying energy. A classic case of opposites attracted to each other. If what people say is true, I don't know how things went so wrong so fast. But then, with these things, you can never say. This was all about 4 to 5 months back. After that, I hardly ever saw them out here again. More questions. Notice anything unusual lately? Now that I think about it, I might have. Yes? Mrs. Brown's been tying her hair in a much tighter bun lately. Wonder what that means. She's softening up and trying to hide that fact. Aw, Grandpa, you notice these things. I mean it when I say it. Beautiful. I mean it when I say it, beautiful. I'm a passionate lover. Very passionate. Dang it, Grandpa. Ahem. Hello, I was talking about the possible murders. Did you notice anything unusual leading up to that? Oh, no, much the same. Can't say I did. Do you live by yourself? Oh, we kind of already answered that. Crap, I forgot to put on my stopwatch. So I knew how long this was. Dang. Yes, I do. Kids left Pineview for the big city. Too boring here, they'd say. It's been many years since the wife died, so I run this shop here by myself, and I live down the street pretty close by. But that's alright, I've got friends here to keep me company. Officer Blunt pays me a visit every day, for instance. It's always a pleasure to meet you, Grandpa. Also, there's Miss Brown. She makes every day exciting. Please, God, give me strength. Oh, look how she flirts. Oh, I love this guy. He's hilarious. Talk later. Alright, Grandpa, we'll talk later. Who you calling Grandpa? Hey, I'm not your Grandpa. That's one way to name a bakery. He may be kind of creepy at times, but he sure knows how to bake well. I may be old, but I'm not completely deaf, you know. Sorry, Grandpa. I'm not your Grandpa. Those donuts sure do look good. What do you mean they look good? They're the best in Pineview. The best dang donuts made with Grandpa's love and warmth. Wanna buy some? Maybe later. Thanks, Grandpa. Thanks, Gramps. What did you call me? Oh, he's hilarious. I love him. I'm gonna... Okay. That's Mrs. Brown. That's Miss Brown. Miss Brown. Hello, ma'am. Who is it? Ah, you're that detective, aren't you? Come to ask about the murders? Something troubles you, boy. What is it? What do you mean? I know a troubled soul when I see one, detective. But I understand you don't have the time for such questions. That is good. Neither do I. Now, what is it? How long have you lived here? I was born here. I've barely stepped outside Pineview all my life. I started this shop when I was about 25. I had to support myself once I lost my husband. Do you live alone, or do you have your family here with you? Johnny's the only family I've got. He's my grandson. Lost my husband in the war. I was about 25. You must have seen Johnny, right? Always running around taking photos with his camera. His parents left him in a tough situation by making some stupid decisions in their lives, so I take care of him now. He's a good boy. He spends a lot of time helping his grandma around the shop. I'm getting older now, too. Willpower and mental strength can only get you so far, you know. Time catches up with you eventually. Not that I lack any mental strength. I've single-handedly taken care of a lot here. You really have, Mrs. Brown. I really look up to you. You're doing well, young lady. Young lady, you're doing quite well for yourself. Where were you last night, Mrs. Brown? I went to bed at around 9 p.m. Johnny could probably confirm that. He was home, too. What can you tell me about Chris and Diane, Mrs. Brown? Ah, those two, doomed from the start. Why do you say that? I told you, I know a troubled soul when I see one, and those two... I've seen it so many times over the years, one can always tell. Others will tell you they were very much in love, but something wasn't right. I always felt that. And when And then when things really did start going wrong, everyone heard about it. Alright, we'll talk later, Mrs. Brown. Okay, Detective. Take care now. You too, Mrs. Brown. I hope you guys like my I hope you guys like my imitations. I love doing them. They're fun. Okay, let's run. Can't catch me. Ha 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 ha. Child. You walk weird, Reverend. That must be Father Smith. Excuse me, why you run? Wait, I want to look at Father Smith? Hello, Detective. Anderson. Detective Anderson. First time in Pineview, I'd assume. Yes, only just arrived. I wanted... That is good. That is good. And what do you think of it? Do you like it here? Peaceful. Beautiful. Pineview is really beautiful. It is, isn't it? While you're here, you must enjoy the views. Breathe in the fresh air. Take a walk in the woods. But then, you must want to preserve this beauty too. Yes? Leave here without taking anything away from us. There is a way of life here, and I do my best to maintain that, for the good of my people. The ones that are here on more than just a merry whim. I see. Anyway, Detective, you had questions? Can you tell me about the hotel project? I heard Chris was trying to start a hotel project here. As you're a part of Pineview's planning committee, can you tell me what that was all about? Sure. Chris wanted to open a hotel here, with about 20 rooms or so. He said he wanted to keep it small, in accordance with our bylaws, but even 20 was almost pushing it. These things always grow out of hand. Once the tourists started coming in, they'd see how untouched a place Pineview really is. Demand would increase, and of course, Chris wouldn't want to pass up on the opportunity to cash in on that. Regardless, we never got to that point. Chris always kept messing up the papers whenever he came in for approval. He'd either misplace them or mess up some of the details. I guess the delays cost him money too. It was all going downhill fast, and when this happened, then this happened. What can you tell me about Chris and Diane? Did you know them well? Not too well. They came to church a couple of times after they moved into Pineview, but then soon stopped coming at all. They withdrew themselves from the rest of the community. I can't say that helped them. Friends can help in difficult times, and it's obvious they were beginning to have very difficult times by the end. If they'd continued to come to church, I could have offered some guidance. Sometimes relationships can entangle you. But unfortunately, it had to come to this. Whatever their troubles, it looks like they made each other suffer for it. I'm sure you'll learn what most of us here already know. In any case, I wish you luck with your investigation. Where were you last night? Can you tell me where you were last night, Father Smith? I was here all night. I finished up some work, and I went to bed by 10 p.m., they'd say. We'll talk later, Father Smith. I'm sure we will. Hotel rooms, they all feel the same, don't they? Reminds me of better times. Alright, I'm gonna end that episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!